contemporary scholarship on it and what their viewpoint is. I want you to read what they say.
Yeah, so this is Jamia al-Tirmidhi 2516, and here's what it says, and I'll go down. And if they gather to do something to harm you, you would never be harmed except that Allah had written for you. But the pens are lifted and the pages are dried.
Perfect. That just means what they have chosen to do is what they have chosen to do, and there's nothing that they can do that Allah hasn't willed for them to do. Meaning that if something will not befall you unless Allah has written it for it to befall you. So, for instance, let's say you're driving to work. You can say, I'm going to get to work safely. I'll see you later, honey, when I get home. If it's written that this will happen to you, no matter what you do, the ink has dried, it has been decreed that this will happen to you, and there's nothing you can do, because we can all agree that there's some things that are outside of our control. But there are some things that are in our control. It needs to be context here when this is talking about a specific event, not necessarily the stopping of writing of all things. That's not what that's talking about.
So when it actually, even if we go back to the previous hadith, right, when it says it has written, is that the past tense or is that the present tense?
What hadith?
The same hadith that we brought in the
which one? We've read like 3. You're going to need to be more specific. I have one device.
The first one, right? So when it says, verily the first of Allah created was the pen, he said, write, and so it wrote what will be forever. The other one says,
what is forever?
It says, what should I write, my Lord? He said, write what was decreed about everything till the last hour comes.
Which is talking about what?
So these are both conditionals, right?
No. It's breaking it respectfully.
Wait a second.
You've said 2 things, and I wanted to...
It wrote until something happened, until the last hour comes. Or the previous one where it says, so it wrote what will be forever. Is wrote, if I wrote something, is that a past tense or a present tense?
I mean, the pen is writing.
No. Answer the question I asked you. If I say I wrote something, did I tell you that I have done something in the past tense or the present tense?
For you, that's past tense, but Allah is not in a tense of time.
So when he says, so it wrote what will be forever, right?
Mm-hmm.
How is that present tense?
If it says in the hadith that you read, it's writing forever, that means it's not going to stop. Did you not read that part? It says it wrote forever. It means it doesn't stop. So let me explain this to you. Let me explain this to you one more time. Inshallah, you all can understand what I'm saying. I have limited time. I'm not trying to run or anything.
Actually, from what I understand about this, I think you're actually leaving what the scholars say about the pen.
But I'm not leaving what the scholars say. I'm actually saying that
the scholars agree with us. It says that the pen finished.
When did it finish? What scholar says it finished, and when did it finish?
I've got it right here for you, bro. No problem. Here it is. Tofat al-Ahwadi.
You want me to put you big screen, Chris?
Yeah, put me big screen.
Yeah, and who's the scholar?
I'm about to show you now. Give me a moment. So this is straight off your own website. Give me a moment.
That's fine.
Give me a moment. Let me go here. Let me go here.
And then once we're through this part, we can talk about the free will thing.
So, it said the pens have been lifted and the pages have dried. Means what we have decreed has been written in Al-Mahfuz, the book of decrees, and nothing else will be written after that is finished.
Correct.
So that means...
That's exactly what I said.
The pen stopped.
No, it doesn't write anything. No, it's talking about the decree that happened for that specific event is done. You cannot, if somebody dies, you cannot go back and change the decree of their life and make them alive again. They're dead. The decree is done.
So then, this is what we asked you. Do you remember?
Yeah, it says what has been decreed. It says what has been decreed.
Yeah, for people.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So if something... No, because how many... Bro, you're assuming that what has been decreed for a person in the world stops evolving and doesn't exist. This is talking about decrees when it comes to actions and things that happen. If, let's say, when I get off of this live, it has been decreed, the pen had written that I would do this, and that I am doing this in my time. Allah's knowledge is infinite, so it's a completely different time space for that. There is no time for it, right? But for me, I'm doing it. After I get off of this live and I go until tomorrow, I cannot visit this moment again. What has been decreed is done and the pin is lifted on that moment. I can't revisit that moment. I cannot have a redo. I cannot fix something that's already been done. That's what that's talking about.
The scholar specifically says that the pen is done writing.
That's talking about the decree for specific actions of people. They can't go back.
Yes. So the decree, what is it there? Let's break this down. The decree, everything.
Put the thing back on the screen for me.
Yeah, no problem. There we go. So, when it says, after that it is finished, now we have a question in, right? Sorry, that's my feet, I apologize. So, we say that this is what one of your scholars is saying, is that according to you, your decree that Allah has already written for you, you agree that everything that is going to happen forever until the end of days, which is your judgment day and when you get to heaven, etc., everything got written, correct?
If it's infinite, it's still writing. You can't stop once infinity's going. How do you stop writing for infinity?
That's the argument I'm presenting. That's the problem.
Yes, that's what he's trying to present.
That is the argument. But what argument are you even presenting? Because nowhere in there that you read does it say the pen has stopped writing those specific things.
The scholar says the pen is no longer writing.
Brother, you just brought up something talking about specific actions to a person that commits something. It's not talking about after an event. If that was true, that means when Adam commits his first creation action, the pen would stop writing at that moment. And we know that's not true. And we know that's
always to come up on this. You just mentioned Adam.
Can I finish the thought without being cut off? Thank you. If that is the case, and if it's talking about decrees of human beings and people and the pen being lifted, then all we have to do is go to the first thing that Allah created with the pen after the pen, and then ask ourselves, if that's true, and that was written about a decree and it stopped, how did Muhammad ﷺ hear the pen writing when he went on Isra wal Miraj? Clearly, this doesn't mean what you all take it to mean. It supports what I'm telling you, and that this is something that is talking about when an individual makes a decision and it has been willed that will be their decision according to the permissions of Allah. They cannot have a different position than that. It has been decreed. The pen is lifted on that moment.
Could you do this for me then? Do this for me. We presented a scholar that says that the pen has completed its writing. Can you provide a scholar that says it's still writing?
All right, can you go ahead and do me a favor? Can you put that exact writing in, since it doesn't have any type of exegete on it, and you say what is the opinion of what he's saying, because it's aligning with what I'm saying. You are just reading words.
Well, no, I'm asking, can you show me something within Islamic scholarship?
I already did.
The pen is still actually writing.
Al-Asqalani and Ibn Taymiyyah.
Who did he say? Ibn Taymiyyah and Asqalani, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'll be right back. Give me a moment, I'll be right back.
Yeah, go chat GPT.
Let me ask you, if the pen started writing, did it start writing that it will start writing? Which came first, the pen writing or the writing of the writing?
What are you talking about?
Oh, the pen writing, that in and of itself is an act of creation, right?
It is a act of the decree of will.
But it's the pen itself writing, it's a creation,
it's
carrying out an act, yeah? Or
it's
carrying out movement, motion.
Yeah, it's submitting itself, correct.
Good. So when it started writing, did it act without this act in and of itself being in the tablet to begin with?
What are you talking about?
Okay. The pen, when it came onto the tablet and started writing, imagine this moment in your head.
Yeah, I think I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
So are you saying that was there a point that the tablet didn't exist?
No, I'm saying, is there a point in which the pen did an action that wasn't in the tablet to begin with?
Did the pen do an action that wasn't in the tablet to begin with? Yeah. Well, no, because the pen is directly linked. The pen does what Allah's knowledge is. The pen isn't of itself an extension of Allah. It is a tool that Allah is using to write things that are happening. So if the pen writes one word, then the next, this is not the way Allah's knowledge is. It's simply told it, write what will happen. Allah already knows these things. So it is completely separate in that respect.
But that doesn't answer the question. On the tablet, when it started writing, what's the first thing it wrote? Did it write the pen wrote? Or did it start writing the next thing after it? Because it already started writing without without it being on the tablet yet.
Whatever it wrote, it started writing. I don't think that matters to the argument we're making right here. You're
this means that the pen, a creature, acted outside of what the tablet decrees.
No. Yes. What is it gonna write on?
Well, that's the thing, is that when it starts writing, nothing is written about it writing. So it's acting outside of what the tablet decrees.
No, it's not, because the decree comes from Allah. That's it. Like, really?
So it's instantaneous. It's
no, it's not. Allah.
Well, then you have to choose.
No, Allah's knowledge is infinite. If He doesn't need anything to exist, He's self-sufficient, then He can exist without the pen or the tablet existing. It doesn't have to be. He chooses to do this because He's writing things that will happen and come into existence, and how they will happen and how things will play out.
I understand.
And He chose to use
the pen itself is a creation.
Yeah,
so what the pen does and what happens to the pen the first thing that happened to the pen actually happened without there being a tablet to write on to begin with.
You don't know that.
Bro, the pen was created. Okay? It entered creation.
Yeah, exactly.
Then it started writing on the tablet. How did it start writing on the tablet without there being something written?
Because it does the writing. It does the writing.
So it acted outside of what's written in the decree.
And you know why that's fine? Because Allah doesn't need anything to exist. He is the cause of all existence. So if we didn't have the belief of Allah being self-sustainer and being self-sufficient, not needing anything, then I would understand your position. Like, this was like a Christian belief that was tied to eternally begotten or something like that. But this is not like that. Allah existed without anything. He created the pen. He told the pen,
and his knowledge always was. Yeah, and his knowledge always was, and the writing was simultaneous with it.
And no, it's not simultaneous with his knowledge, because if it was simultaneous with his knowledge, it'd be instantaneous, but that means the pen writing, and when Muhammad Islam heard it on Isra wal Miraj, then that explains my position.
It started writing. It started writing.
It's still writing.
Knowledge.
It's still writing.
It's fine. I'm just talking about it started writing with Allah's knowledge. It's not stages.
No, it doesn't have Allah's knowledge. It does what Allah tells it to do.
Understand. Okay. So the divine decree has 4 pillars, right? It has the will, which is Allah wills all that occurs. There's the creation, which is Allah creates all things that occur. And there's the knowledge, which is Allah knows all things, past, future, and present. And then there's the writing, which is Allah writes all these things in the preserved tablets, right?
Allah does the same thing.
Allah makes the pen right.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so Destroyer has the Adam hadith. So
exactly.
Let's go to that hadith. Yeah.
Yeah. So now, do you know about the hadith where Adam is arguing with Moses?
You can read it.
All right. It's Muslim 2652, I think.
Well, first, Destroyer, before we get to the hadith, according to Iqra, when you commit a sin, or when you commit a crime, for example, are you to blame for that crime that you committed?
I'll say that again.
If you committed a crime, for example, let's say you stole something, you stole a candy bar, or whatever sin you claim to do, are you to blame for that sin?
For what I've done, yeah, I'm accountable for my sins.
Okay, beautiful. And according to Adam, would you say that he sinned, right? Because he repented according to the Quran, yeah?
He disobeyed Allah.
Yeah, and that's a sin, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to put the hadith on the screen. Here we go. This is Sahih Muslim 2652. See. If you can put the big screen, it's going to be a bit, I'll read it, okay? I have the full thing in front of me. So, Abu Hurairah reported Allah's messenger saying, there was an argument between Adam and Moses in the presence of their Lord. Adam came the better of Moses, meaning he won the argument. Moses said, are you that Adam whom Allah created with his hand and breathed into him his spirit and commanded angels to fall in prostration before him, and he made you live in paradise with comfort and ease, then you caused the people to get down to the earth because of your lapse. Adam said, are you that Moses whom Allah selected for his messengership and for his conversation with him and conferred upon you the tablet in which everything was clearly explained and granted you the audience in order to have a confidential talk with you? What is your opinion? How long Torah would have been written before I was created? Moses said 40 years. Adam said, did you not see these words? Adam committed an error and he was enticed to do so. Moses said, yes. Whereupon Adam said, do you then blame me for an act which Allah had ordained for me 40 years before he created me? Allah's messenger said, this is how Adam came the better of Moses. Now, here, Adam, to make it short for the audience, Moses is pointing his finger at Adam and say, Adam, you disappointed us. It's because of your action that we're outside of heaven. And then Adam looks at Moses and says, whoa. How can you blame me for something that was written for me, an act that was written for me before my creation? So here, Kay's question comes into hand. Well, Adam here is absolving himself from any moral accountability. Why can't I do the same? Allah wrote for me that I would unalive this person. Why am I morally accountable? Why do you blame me for an act which Allah wrote before my creation?
Hello?
I should have gotten the key, but at this point.
You know, I got like 2 phone calls from my wife. I was trying to like make it short with her, so I apologize.
I'll call him right now.
I'm not trying to be like disingenuous.
Okay, what did you miss? I'll summarize it.
No, I mean, I know you're talking about. I just don't know what your point of contention with that hadith.
My point of contention is the following. If I tell you right now, Ikro, I tell you, I unalive somebody, you will point the finger at me and say, you unalive somebody, you are to blame for this act, you are morally accountable. I will look at you and say, no. Why do you blame me for an act which Allah had written for me before I existed?
Is this a serious argument?
It's a very serious argument because it's an argument which Adam made, and the Prophet says Adam won the argument. So Adam is correct in using this reasoning.
So what did Adam say?
Adam said, Adam said to Moses, he said, do you then blame me for an act which Allah had ordained for me 40 years before he created me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So if I unalive somebody, what prevents me from saying, well, Allah ordained it for me? Why do you blame me? I'm not to blame. Allah made me do it.
He didn't say made. Where does it in there? He said Allah made him do it.
Do you then blame me for an act which Allah had ordained for me 40 years before he created me?
Where does it say he made him do it?
Well, he wrote it down.
What does ordained mean? What does ordained mean?
Yeah, nothing happens without the permission of Allah, meaning that these things didn't happen without the authority and permission of Allah. So it makes perfect sense. Like
That's perfect. But why is Adam absolving himself from responsibility? Why is he refuting Moses for saying that for saying that he's to blame for the act?
Because it goes in line with our belief, and he's correcting Moses on his position, saying that nobody inherits any sin except that of their own. Like, this is not Adam is taking accountability.
No. Let me ask you this way, really quick.
Just a second, because he's misconstruing the hadith. Moses is saying is telling to Adam, you are to blame for kicking us for having us out of heaven. And Adam is saying, no, bro, I'm not to blame. How can you blame me? Allah wrote this for me. It's in the divine tablet. I didn't originate anything. It's already written for me years before my creation.
So we can ask a simple question, okay? In this hadith, who is Adam blaming? Is he blaming himself or is he blaming Allah?
He's correcting Moses' position.
No, that was not my question. My question is...
I'm telling you, that's what he's doing. He's talking to Moses,
hadith, Who is the blameworthy in the hadith? Is Adam saying, I am to blame? Or is he saying, I am not to blame?
No, Adam accepts responsibility, but he also understands qadr, something that you don't understand.
Wait, answer the question I asked. Wait, listen, answer the question I asked, not the one I don't. The question
I'm giving you the information you need.
No, I'm asking you a direct question. Answer the direct question. In the hadith, is Adam saying that he is to blame or that he is not to blame? It's a true dichotomy.
Adam is revealing what qadr is.
Not my question.
I don't care. You cannot.
Okay,
you cannot
just fell into shirk, but you just fell into politics.
By affirming Allah.
Yes,
brother, you're.
Yes, I'll tell you why.
No, I don't want him to get away from this point really quick.
Okay,
I've been making you all this entire time, bro. Like,
you're getting clipped, my friend. Don't worry,
bro. Let's just be thankful I haven't talked much. All right. So
thank God.
Let me ask you specifically. Okay. In the hadith, is Adam saying he is to blame or he is not to blame? A true dichotomy is where I present you two options to which there's no third option because the options are exhaustive. It is either the case. Let's break it down really simple. Do you agree that it is a true dichotomy when it says either someone is to blame or they are not to blame? Is that a true dichotomy?
When that someone is not has no control.
Is it a true dichotomy?
Bro, let me talk.
Is it a true dichotomy? Yes or no?
When you speak about an option that people have, it can be true. Okay, well, you cannot conflate God's qadr in this. This is talking about the qadr of Allah, and this is a exhaustive topic that you're trying to gloss over.
I'm not asking it. I'm asking about Adam. Is Adam in the hadith, according to the hadith, is he saying that he is to blame or he is not to blame?
He is saying that Allah has complete sovereign over all things.
True dichotomy.
Allah is to blame. Allah is to blame.
The answer, bro.
So who is to blame? Is Adam to blame or Allah to blame? Just easy. Is Allah to blame or Adam to blame?
Adam is to blame for his sins.
Don't give him Allah. Just specifically, is he the true dichotomy stands when it is either he is to blame or he is not.
I'll tell you like this. Adam cannot do something unless Allah created him.
Okay, so that would be taking horn 2 of the dichotomy, to which you say Adam is not to blame for the action.
I didn't say that. Brother, Adam's option to disobey doesn't exist unless Allah gave him the option to disobey.
Okay. But no, I'm asking you, in the hadith, does he speak that he is the one to blame, or does he say that he is not to blame?
I believe you're using the term blame a little bit too liberally here.
I'm using the term in
Adam literally said the word blame. He said, "Why do you?"
I mean, I don't.
Brother, the hadith says it. The hadith. I'll make it very simple. What is the argument? What is the argument Moses is giving Adam, and what is Adam answering? Just give it to me. What is Moses saying to Adam? What is Moses? Let's start with this. What is Moses saying to Adam? What's Moses' point?
I'll just read it. Adam and Moses argued with each other. Moses said to Adam, "Oh, Adam, you are our father who disappointed us and turned us out of paradise." Then Adam said to him, "Oh, Moses, Allah favored you and his talk, and he wrote the Torah for you with his own hand. Do you blame me for action which Allah had written in my fate 40 years before my creation?" So Adam confuted Moses, and Adam confuted Moses. The Prophet ﷺ repeated that statement 3 times. This is basically saying that how can Moses make a statement about blaming something else when the whole position of everybody's actions depends upon the qadr of Allah? Like, Allah is the cause and we are the effect.
But Ikro, you said... okay, very good. So when I unalive somebody, who is to blame? Who is the cause of this? But you just said it's Allah.
If that was true, then in our paradigm of our religion, there would be no judgment day because nobody would need to be judged.
That's not a contradiction.
That's not a contradiction. You're just ignorant. You're ignorant.
I'll tell you very simply what's happening here. You have 2 choices. Either you affirm that you do not have free will, or you affirm the following: that Allah's foreknowledge is what is giving you this free will. And I'll leave it this. I'll leave it vague like this so you can answer freely. So do you believe
that's a false dichotomy. Really quick, I just want to say, so those are not your only two options. You have other options. You can say that the hadith is false, right? There's a number of things that you can do. A true dichotomy.
Or I could say you don't understand what it's saying. I could say that too.
Brother, I gave you a true dichotomy, and you didn't.
Hey, respectfully, you just read the English, and you have no scholarly input. Pull up. Do me a favor.
I do. We all do.
Pull up.
Yeah, bring up.
No problem.
That is not the thing you want to say to this man.
Can we just?
Hey, I'm not. No.
Okay,
I'm saying pull up. No.
When
Pull
you
up.
do something.
Hey. Listen, respectfully, if you're going to pull up in English, I'm not. Just drop me then, bro. I mean, it's clear you all can't. You all can't.
No, I just told them. I literally just told them, let you talk. I'm not dropping you.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right. Then let me talk. Whether I speak Arabic or you speak Arabic has no point on this, because in Islam we don't interject our own opinions about hadith. We go to the scholarlies that hold this, the ulama that hold the majority consensus of what this hadith is saying. Why don't you do yourself a favor and pull this hadith up and ask, hey, I wonder what the backbone of Islamic scholarship, according to the Salaf and the Tabi'een, and what did they view about this? What did they understand it? And then you get your answer. Instead, you're making
if your scholars from the past had TikTok, I would bury them as well.
Which hadith did you talking about?
All right, man. Have a good night.
The point is that the
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah, go talk to the wall.
Let him speak to Bot. Okay.
Which hadith is this about?
That's the Salaf that are narrating this hadith, by the way. So he said, go towards the Salaf, but yet the Salaf are narrating this hadith. Well, what is this guy talking about?
No, he knows exactly that he already committed to something in the beginning when he said that he is to blame. He affirmed that again when Destroyer asked him about him unaliving someone. So he knows that he's going to have to affirm between those two things. Or, like Bot said, to deny the hadith altogether. Either way, he's going to have to fall on the sword somehow. So his way to respond is to run.
I didn't mean to call you out, Destroyer. Like, that wasn't my goal. It's just...
No, it's fine.
You said you only had two options. You told him he only had two options. I'm like, no, he has a lot of other options.
Yeah, no.
Can I ask a question quickly? So was his thing that we have to go to contemporary scholars in order to understand the meaning of this hadith?
No, the Salaf. No, he said, see how the Salaf explain the hadith.
Okay, so he...
Like, go get your explanation.
Is he aware that there is no sharh of hadith from the Salaf?
Probably not.
And he doesn't know the Salaf are alive, those who believed in free will as well. He doesn't know.
The earliest commentary on both his books, the first one would be when the compilation of Bukhari took place by Bukhari for Sahih Bukhari and Imam al-Nawawi for Sahih Muslim. So none of them are in the Salaf. So how are we meant to gain an understanding from the Salaf if the Salaf didn't give an explanation of the hadith of the Salaf?
Because when Muslims, when they try to run away from something, they just go, oh, take this source from the Sahaba, this, that. No, it's a simple
No. He knew. There's a reason he dropped brother. He knew what he said. He knew he messed up. And look, I respect the fact that he didn't go on this blunder and continue blubbering on and yapping on about it. He just respectfully removed himself from the equation. And I can't fault that. He knew he messed up. He knew.
I'll say that he removed himself from the equation.
It was Allah who
Say Allah removed him. So,
because
It was Allah's qadar who did it.
That's a question. Is the topic only about free will?
Yeah.
So I mean that's what I have, but I was talking to Isa earlier about some other arguments.
So, Mandan, you're yapping in the comments from the beginning. Let's go through it. Would you like to pick up what your brother failed to address?
Also is yapping on my life too. Mandan, where are you?
It got really
I
quiet
love
for
when
the
they
beginning.
yap in the comments, and then they stay silent on the stage.
Is Mandan here?
Mandan, come and fight for the sake of Allah. Mandan, fi sabilillah, bro.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'll drop.
Mandan, do your jihad, bro. Come on.
I'll drop him.
There's another one.
Glory of Christ.
Yeah.
Hey, really quick, I want to settle this. So we've got 126 people watching. If y'all can do me a favor, we've only got 50,000 likes. That is a travesty. So if y'all can tap away on the screen, that'll help us have more conversations. I'm probably gonna be live like all night because I'm trying to not go to sleep because I've been having congestion. I have to sing in the morning, so.
I have a question. At any point in this live...
Right, give me one moment. Two things. One, the gentleman that was here before, what was his name?
Or something, yeah.
By the way, I found Ibn Taymiyyah's quote on what he says about it. He lied, and it actually does say that the pen stopped.
Yeah, this is the argument I'm presenting. You cannot hold both positions. You cannot hold that the pen has written everything for all eternity and that the pen stopped writing. Those two things cannot be true at the same time. Because if all actions are eternal and consistently happening throughout eternity, then the pen could never stop writing, because if it stops writing, then there are eternal actions taking place that the pen did not record. You cannot hold those two positions. You either have to say that the pen... So there's a couple ways that I've seen Muslims deal with this when I've ran it a couple times. One, where they say, oh, the pen only records up until the last hour, like the one hadith states. And they say, okay, that's all the pen records, is it does not record eternity. But then I show them the hadith where it says it writes everything for forever, so you have a contradiction there. The other way that they try to get out of it is like he did, where he said, oh, the pen is still writing. But according, and I've looked at this, according to Islamic scholarship, that is not the position. The position is that the pen completed its work. It stopped. It's done. It's finito, right? But that's the issue. If the pen is writing all actions, and actions continue to happen in eternity, then the pen cannot stop writing. Or else, like, if the pen, like, I guess another position you could hold is that, okay, one day Allah is just gonna like wipe out heaven, and I don't think
it's gonna happen.
He's gonna wipe out everyone in heaven.
Yep. No, like God wipes out everything at some point. You know.
No. I mean, is he going? So, if a Muslim lives, unalives, goes to heaven, is there a point in Islamic theology when Allah is going to remove everyone in heaven from heaven?
After the judgment, like after it's all been wiped out already?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know about that.
That's probably not a position. The point of the idea is like eternal life, right? so that's like it's eternal life. So you can't hold those two positions. You can't say the pen records all eternal actions and the pen stopped writing. Both of those are incompatible.
They're both a contradictory statement, which is you're stuck either way.
So Salah, do you want to address either the free will or this pen dilemma?
Hold on, I've got one more thing, and then you can talk to
it. Can we address it on both sides, the Christian and the Islamic side? Can we
Give me a moment. 1 second, then you guys can talk to me, so I gotta go. You said two things. You said one with the Ibn Taymiyyah, and the second one, you said that 55,000 likes is a travesty. Please don't hate me, bro, by blood. You know I love you, bro. You know what's a travesty?
What?
Well, you pronounced El-Tirmidhi earlier before. God bless everybody. I hope everyone has
been talking about, bro. He said the ayn perfectly the third time. He's officially an Arabic speaker. I'm giving you confirmation. You said Jamia. You said Jamia al-Tirmidhi. That was like.
Can you say it again?
Ayn.
Say it again. Bro, by blood for me, please.
Okay, I'm gonna try. Here's my best take at it. All right.
Drum roll.
Jamia Tirmidhi.
There you go.
25.
I love you, bro. God bless everyone. Have a good time. Take care, everybody.
Have a good one. All right.
Also, I was gonna say, at any point in this live, could we also discuss the crucifixion dilemma? Because I really want to hear the Muslim perspective on this.
Crucifixion dilemma.
About what
Spoke about earlier. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you after.
Crucifixion dilemma.
Basically, made it appear so, and epistemic justification, and so on and so forth.
Oh yeah. That they're. I mean, evidentially, the Muslim position on the crucifixion is cooked. Like you can't do anything with that. 1 second.
There was a better